Hey guys, happy Monday. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week. Today I have only 5 properties to mow, but it's not great route density, so it takes me up until the afternoon. It's 9 in the morning right now. I got off from my full-time job this morning, filled the mower up with gas, and had to drive all the way to next town over down the interstate. So it's about a 20-minute drive. It's as far as I go. I've talked about it before. It's as far as I go. I do not go any further. And I only come over here because I do 2 yards on the same street. It's a mom and a daughter. They live in separate houses. Daughter pays for both. She's a travel nurse. She has renters. Blah, blah, blah. Do 2 on the same street over here. That's the only reason I even drive this far anymore. And they're super, super nice people. Great people. My in-laws go to church with them. They were my first paying customers. Yeah, super great people. There is a truck parked in the very middle of the front yard at the first house, though, that I need to mow. So I hope they hear my mower crank up in the backyard. I normally do the back first, and they come out and move it. If not, I'll mow around it, I guess, and it is what it is. But anyways, that is not even what we're talking about today. As y'all know, I've talked about it several times before that I'm only part-time. So I don't necessarily struggle with things to make videos about. It's just I don't want to talk about the same stuff all the other people talk about necessarily. I want to try to have some original stuff, that people want to watch, and then I can get feedback on and ask questions and whatnot. So I've been, I've thought about this for a long time, making this video, so I might as well just do it today. But we're going to talk about fitness and lawn care. Are they related? Does it matter? Do you need to be fit to do it? Can you just do it as your only exercise? All of these things can be true. I don't know if y'all know, if you're new to the channel, I'm a full-time firefighter for a municipality in upstate South Carolina, where I was born and raised. Physical fitness is a requirement. We are required to work out for an hour each shift. I'm there every third day, 24/48. So every third day, we're required to do an hour of PT. It can be anything you want. You can run, lift weights. We all have a gym at each station. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing something. And every year, we have to pass our candidate physical ability test, the same test we took to get hired in the first place. We're required to do it every year, or you will be on your way out. So I'm no way, shape, or form an elite athlete. I'm not even close. I am about the most average as average gets. Okay? I'm going to say that up front, and we're going to keep that in mind through this whole video. This is just an experiment. This is just for fun, just to record some data and just to see what all goes into the lawn care. That's all this is. This is not to shame anybody. In fact, I have no room to talk. Man, I need to be in so much better shape than I am now. It's not even funny. I'm able to do my jobs with no issues, but I would still love to be even better. But you have kids, you work 2 jobs like I do, and you just lose time. So anyways, in lawn care, all shapes and sizes, ages, men, women, both, you see everything. You ride by some people doing a property, you're like, man, I'm not sure how he or she is able to do that the way they look. Maybe they just have a strong work ethic. And, I know plenty of big dudes who are like in incredible shape. They just don't look like it. They got a lot of gas and they're strong as all get out, and they just don't stop. And then you see some polar opposite of that. You see people who are small and look like they're in shape and they can't keep up or anything. So, yeah, and then the ages. I mean, you got guys out here still, with no offense, I mean this like to a high level of respect. You have guys out here like Doc and Nick with P&H and Ray. They're all 50 or above, and they're still out here killing it. And that's the whole point of what I'm trying to say with this video is I want to still, if I choose to still be doing lawn care, what does it take to still be able to do that at their age as efficient as they do with no problems and stay healthy? So yeah, so what I'm going to do today is, I'm only doing these 5 properties, like I said, but on all 5 of these, except for one, there's kind of an excessive amount of trimming because it's just areas you can't get the mower deck, or it's an uneven part of the yard, or there's stuff in the way, like this truck parked on the yard, or there's a ditch, or what have you. I'm at these yards longer than I'd like to be because of there's just some excessive amount of trimming. And on these first couple yards, I'm going to show you what I mean after I'm done, show you where all I can't get the mower deck and where I did have to trim. So what I'm going to do is I wear a Garmin. My wife wears a Garmin. She was a competitive Olympic weightlifter. We had kids. She's into running now, so she runs, does half marathons. So she very much loves to stay after it. She gets after it. She's in way better shape than I am. So we wear Garmin's. Guys, it's technology, right? It's subjective. You can't just base everything around the technology, whether you wear an Apple Watch, Fitbit, or a Garmin. It's all technology. It's just a tool to measure where you're at, how to improve, and whatever. But normally I don't record any activities when I'm doing lawn care because there's not really an activity to do. Now, it knows I'm doing something because it knows my heart rate's up and I'm not recording an activity. So it records it as high stress, which technically it is if it doesn't know you're exercising. So when I go back in the Garmin app, it thinks that I was doing a bicycle ride or something like that, but it knows I was doing something because it'll tell me you need this X amount of recovery due to high stress. Well, it's because I'm out here running a weed eater in the 96% humidity days. I mean, that's what it is. So this is a physically taxing job, no matter how you look at it, no matter where you do it, what part of the country you live in. It's hot everywhere right now. This is a physically taxing job. And today I'm going to record the data of what happens. And today's actually not the hottest. It's cloudy right now, but of course it's 4,000% humidity. So we're just going to go for it, man. It's just for fun. We'll see what happens. We'll look at my data throughout the day and see what happens. And, we can discuss if y'all do certain things to be able to keep up out here. Do y'all go to the gym before you start your day? Do you go to the gym at night? I know Chad, him and I are the same age or right around. I know he goes to the gym in the mornings. I'm not sure what he does now that you have to really start early. Chad, let me know. I know you're still big into lifting and stuff if you're watching this. So what do y'all do on your days or when you're not actually working? Do you do it the same day, different days? Are you in the gym? What are you doing? What are you eating? Just all the stuff to make sure we can still do this job at a high level. And I'm sorry I'm rambling. It's just, it's a lot to talk about really if we're going to get into that topic. But, I'm going to show you where my watch is right now. I did work last night. I don't sleep the best at work, obviously, because you have to sleep with one ear open if you're, overnight at the fire department. The night before, I didn't sleep good at all. Our son he's going through a phase where he's awake in the middle of the night sometimes. It's hard to get him back to sleep. And it was July 4th, right? So we partake in, adult beverages. And whether that's a lot or little at 37, it's going to affect your recovery and your sleep, which it did. So I did not start out good yesterday at all with a good sleep score or anything. So we had a somewhat slow day yesterday at work. We ran some calls, but I went to bed, a little after 11, I guess, and was up at 6:30, back again, people calling 911 for, various reasons. So we're going to check my data now before I start my first yard, and I'm going to record a cardio activity for my trimming all day. That's what this experiment's going to be. I'm not going to record it as a walk because it's not that much distance, really. I just want it to record that I'm actually doing something, a physical activity, so I can get the data. And we're just going to see. We'll see how high my heart rate gets, how low it gets, how long it takes me to trim. I'm not humping it. I'm going at a normal pace, not rushing for this. I'm not trying to beat a record or nothing like that. I'm going at my normal trimming pace. We're just going to see what happens. So let's see where I'm at now. At the start, and then we'll go from there and we'll track it and see how far down I get before I head home for the day. All right. So, let's get her done. All right, guys, I'm gonna do this the best I can. My tripod is sitting in the mower, in the dedicated trash can in the mower. That's the last place I left it. So I'm trying to hold it and show this, but I'll use the tripod for the rest of the day. So anyway, this is my Garmin. I'm at 1694 steps for the day. My body battery's 56. When I woke up this morning, it was at around 90. My resting heart right now is 82 because I'm talking, I'm worked up. I just had an energy drink, had coffee this morning, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, let's see where we're at to start the day. Like I said, excuse me about the zooming in. I'm just trying to get to everything on the watch. Right now, my recovery is 0 hours. This stress is real time. It says 75. That's real time, so it goes down. If I'm just sitting here chilling, not talking, it's actually down. Anyways, training readiness is moderate. You have moderate, high, prime, low. You have 5 levels. Right now, it's at a 72. I didn't get the greatest sleep last night, and that was also affected from the sleep the night before. My resting or total calories since midnight is 803, but the active is 148. The red is your active, from actually moving, stepping, whatever, and this is your total. So that's where I'm at now. Training status is D training because I didn't record a workout the last few days. And the weather, man, I take that with a grain of salt. It says 75, but it does not feel 75. It definitely feels way humider. Or more humid, more hot. Anyways, that's where I'm at now. We're fixing to get started, and then we'll see after my first yard where we're at. All right, guys. Done with the first yard except for blowing. I'm not going to record the blowing off, just the trimming. So 22 minutes, 16 seconds. I had to do a little more today with the daggum truck parked in the yard. Had to trim around that best I could. But yeah, so 170 calories, average heart rate 123. Sorry, I don't have my tripod, so bear with me. Here's your heart rate zones. Zone 2 for Garmin is different than Apple Watch. Zone 2 is set up different, but Zone 3 on Garmin is really where your Zone 2 training, quote unquote, if you guys keep up with that. It's really Zone 3 on a Garmin. Training effect. 2.3 aerobic. Look at that. Recovery, 12 hours just from trimming. Just from trimming. Like, okay. Training readiness, dropped from 72 to 63. So I'm not sure why it says we need 12-hour recovery when it only dropped 9 points. That's a little insane to me, but it's technology. What can you do? Also, I got rained on. Made a mess. Got soaking wet. So that's irritating. I can already tell how my day's going to go today. Getting rained on. Grass is already wet from just the dew, and it poured yesterday, so I'll have to put this 7910 to work to clean all this mess up, so we'll see. I know I said I was going to show y'all all the places you have to trim on that yard, but it started raining on me, and you just have to take my word for it. 22 minutes of trimming, I mean, you can tell it's probably a lot of junk that I got to trim if it's taking me 22 minutes. Raised garden beds, I mean, a ditch, beside a sidewalk that's too small of a patch to get the mower on, around a swing, I mean, you name it. That yard and this yard both. This yard out front, there was a huge tree that used to be here that apparently I think Helene took out. But like where that tree was raised up on there is too steep of a bank to get the mower deck on. So I have to trim all around it. And it's completely different type of grass than the rest of the yard. It's a bunch of just weeds, and the rest of the yard up front is actually some decent looking grass. So when I do that, it looks like crap because you got all this that hadn't been able to have a mower deck on it to actually do a finished cut on it and look good. It's just, I'm having to trim it. So yeah, it's short, but I mean, it does not look nearly as good as the rest of the yard. So, I mean, there's not much I can really do about that. But this one has almost the same amount of trimming. Both these yards, man, just, I really like the people, but these yards are just, they're rough. They're bad. And I have to drive all the way over here to do it. So, we'll see. But I'm gonna get this mowed up, man. I'm ready to, I guess I'm gonna be dodging the rain today, which is a good problem to have. I shouldn't be complaining about it, but it still is irritating that we don't get rain for 2 weeks, not a drop. And then you'll get 4 or 5 days where you're having to dodge it. So you just don't know how to even prepare. But anyways, let's keep on trucking. This probably isn't going to show up good on camera, but this is like what I was talking about. This mainly weeds. Of course, it never shows you how steep a hill is actually on camera, but this is all very steep, big hillside. Can't put the mower on it, so I got to weed eat all this. And those are weeds compared to this nice grass that she's got here. This is really nice, where someone way back, I think, probably sodded all this and then never really kept up with it. So it's just done its own thing all through here with the different grass types and weeds. And then, so all that I got to trim around this tree, that tree, this part where this sewer is. All this I got to trim because you can't get the mower right here. Super uneven around the whole house, around this side here. All this is her property. All that's got to be trimmed. The other side of the driveway is all like really fine gravel, so you can't really get the mower on it. So I trim it just to make it look a little better. I knock it down. It's not crazy, but it's still a few more minutes worth of trimming. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, guys. That was a little less time. Of course, now my watch doesn't want to cooperate. I need to just use the buttons. All right, 1501, 101 calories, average heart rate 115. Max was 135. Zone 2, 67% of the time. Zone 3, 5%, and then base 21. 1.9 aerobic, 0 anaerobic. A little less load than the last one. Recovery, 13 hours. Sorry, I'm really not trying to shake, but I don't have the tripod set up. Body battery's down to 42. 2,600 steps. Body battery's down to 42. On to the next one. All right, third yard down. 19 minutes, 21 seconds. 148 calories, an average heart rate of 122. Max was 146. It's definitely getting hotter now than it was this morning. So all this should start getting higher and higher with each one. 25% in zone 3, 46% in zone 2. .4 on the aerobic, 0.1 on the anaerobic with a load of 24. With a cute load today of 70, so pretty high according to this. Recovery 20 hours from all three. It's combining, the first two and now, so it says I need 20 hours of recovery just from trimming 3 yards. So yeah. All right, on to the next one. Also, we're at a 47 training readiness now, which is in the low category, 47. Started out at what, 72? So we're down to 4. Every time you record an exercise, it does drop down collectively throughout the day. So, yep, we're at 47. So we're down below 50 in the low category with 2 yards left. All right, yard number 4 done. 11 minutes, 49.9 seconds. 103 calories with an average heart rate of 129. Max of 144. 43% zone 3. 52% zone 2. 23 seconds were base with average heart rate 129. Active calories 86, total of 103. Creeping on up on the anaerobic effect. It's getting hot out here. That was the shortest trimming I've had to do today, but that was the most physically taxing. I'm right around the load that you want to be at, around 100 of your training, according to Garmin. Recovery 23 hours total now. But that yard is it's on the hill, about straight up and down, both the front and back. So having to walk up and down it backwards to trim along the rock beds and stuff. Train readiness is at a 40 now. 40. So it's going on down. Oh, I'm having to sit down in the trailer. It's hot. Got a breeze blowing now though. I gotta get this one blown off, and I got one more, and I'm headed to the house. It's 2 o'clock. That's 4 yards. Which, yeah, that's not a lot by 2 o'clock on a regular work day. But like I said, my route density is not good at all, really. I mean, these three are kind of close, but it takes me, forever the first half of the day to get all the way over those first 2 yards and get them done and back on this side of town. So, yeah, I'll be done by 3 and headed home though. So, all right, let's get over to my last one. All right, last one of the day. 16 minutes flat, pretty much. 154 calories. Average heart rate 137. My max heart rate, if I get it focused, my max heart rate was 152. I was in zone 3, 85%. I even got to zone 4 for 11 seconds. Because it's the hottest part of the day, man. This yard, too, is, of course, I have nothing just straightforward to weed eat except one property. Load on this one was 39. Training status, productive. So I've gone from detraining to productive in just 5 sessions. But I have a 36-hour recovery. I mean, that's insane. Insane. Just from string trim. Training readiness is now in the pour section. 23. We're in pour. So, yep. 5 cardio sessions on the Garmin. Yep, 5 cardio sessions, measured 5,000 steps. Yeah, it's hot, so, yeah, I don't even know what to say, man. It's so freaking hot. I'm so ready to get home. This yard is only 15 minutes worth of trimming, but I mean, it has a double picket privacy fence that goes all the way to the grass. So, you got to try to get in between them the best you can to clean the fence line up. Had a long driveway you have to edge. Straightforward, I guess, as in it's just literally going straight, because this is a pretty flat yard, but not straightforward as in, of course, there's a fence that you have to try to weed eat and all that. But, yeah, so all those sessions today that I recorded, you saw how long it took trimming wise. It's because none of these yards are just straightforward like I've talked about. They're small, but there's just so many parts of them you can't put the mower deck on for one reason or the other. I don't have to go into detail. You've all been there, done that, but just as much trimming as there is mowing. So that's pretty aggravating. But it's way worse when it's this hot out here. But yeah, I thought that was a fun experiment just to show you what our bodies do go through. I mean, everybody's different. Yours could be better, could be worse. All different sizes and shapes of people and age and fitness level and all that. But I just thought it'd be a fun experiment to log all that today, and for my own benefit, so my Garmin will quit telling me I'm detraining. And just to see, what our bodies go through out here in the heat, doing labor. It's not like we're out here doing CrossFit. String trimmers are light, but we're still having to maneuver them, walk in the heat, uphill, downhill, walking backwards, edging, whatever. It's still manual labor, and you're still in the heat. And so since it is this hot outside, that's a pretty most accurate representation of during the whole year, at least up till now, how hard it actually is on your body and your cardio to be out here doing this stuff. Sorry about the truck, my clutch fan being loud when the air conditioning's on. It's hot. So by the end of the day, training status was productive. So it went from, detraining, which is the opposite, to productive. Total calories are 1,365. 1,250 of that is active. So the red is your active calories. Your blue is just your passive calories. And then training readiness down to poor, like I showed you. And recovery is 35 hours. Now, that actually, it won't be 35. So like going inside and just, chilling and then sleeping tonight, it actually will, it should go down. If I get good sleep, it should go to a, like a normal recovery hours, not literally 35 hours, a full day and a half. So yeah, that was the final numbers for just the working day today. All right, guys, I'm done for the day. Thank the Lord. I'm headed home to see my kids and my wife. Since I was at the fire department yesterday for 24 hours. Man, it's hot. A long day to just do 5 properties. I get it. But like I said, man, my route density not good today. Not good. So yeah, and each one of those trimming sessions that I recorded on my watch, they were at least 15 minutes a piece. So, some of them 20 minutes. So, I'm well into an hour and a half worth of total trimming between 5 properties. So, yeah, a lot of trimming on today's properties, man. But I'm trying to work my way into those Jacoby Brown's Quality Lawn Service properties. All those that are all right beside each other. Very straightforward, small yards. That's what I'm looking for. So, Jacoby, man, let me know how you did it. But yeah, so today's video, man, it was just something fun, just a fun little experiment on if you actually do record the data of doing lawn care, what the data looks like. Just something to think about. Do you need to be fit to do this job, or do you just need to have a strong work ethic? Or is it both? If you have one of the other, or one and not the other, but you're 100% one way, 100% the other way, does that make up for the other, or are you somewhere right in the middle? This wasn't a competition or to brag or anything like that over data, workout data. This was just something I wanted to do, to just see what does go into lawn care in the summer on your body. So yeah, there's guys out here who are in their 50s, like I mentioned earlier, who, still doing it and killing it. And that's what I hope to be, if I still want to be doing this then with my son, once he's old enough, if he's still interested. But that's what I'm aiming for. And of course, to just be healthy in general, to raise my kids and to be good at my full-time job, and and be a good dad and husband and just be present. The kids run up to you when you get home. They want to do stuff as soon as you get there. You got to be able to do it. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If y'all track data doing lawn care, let me know. Let me know what watch you use, what equipment you have for tracking that. Let me know what your workout routine is if you outside of lawn care to stay ready. If you don't do it at all, let me know. Hey, that's cool too. Some people can do it. I mean, there's plenty of people on here who I'm sure they don't ever exercise. They just go and work hard as all get out during the day, and that's obviously it shows. I showed you today. Obviously, that's plenty of exercise. So yeah, guys, I just want to do something a little different. Let me know, man. Like I said, thanks for watching. Hope everybody's having a good start to their week. And if you got any questions, hit me up. Got any comments, concerns, hit me up, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about fitness and lawn care and anything that goes with it. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you already haven't. Thanks for everybody getting me up to 300, man. I never thought that's not much, but I never thought I'd even get to 300, just making these for fun, for feedback. So I do appreciate that if you subscribe. If not, hit the button down below, man. I'd really like to have you as part of the community. And, you know, that's what this is. It's a community. We're all here to help each other and to be better at what we do. So, all right. We'll see you on the next one. Later.